Good morning and welcome to this regular session of the Grant County Commissioners. The recess has ended. It's Tuesday, February the 17th, 2026. It's 10:01 a.m. The prayer will be led by Mr. Stewart with the Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Poling. If you would stand.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we just come before you today in a state of gratitude and thankfulness. Thank you so much for all your blessings. Thank you for the warmer weather that hopefully is turning the corner here. Please be with all the decision makers in this room as we make decisions for the county. Give us wisdom and discernment, and be with everybody in this room as we go about our day. We thank you and we praise you. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll move on to the consent agenda. We have some pre-approved claims, the regular claims, the minutes, and the payroll. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, sir. If not, I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda items.
Second. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from Commissioner Poling to approve the consent agenda items, the pre-approval of claims, the regular claims, the minutes, and the payroll. Payroll would be, what is this, payroll number 4?
Yep.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to item number 5, monthly and annual reports. We have the clerk's December 2025 report, as well as the Washington Township Trustee Standards for 2026. Are there any questions or comments? Beth, do we have anybody talking or discussing this? This is just for review. So we'll note those as received. We'll move on to communication and board updates. Are there any elected officials or board members in the room that wish to address the commissioners? Please come to the podium. Not seeing anyone move. We'll move on to item number 7, the EMA report. Mr. Jackson.
Really don't have anything to report this morning. Everything's good unless you have questions for me.
I'm good. We're good, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 8, the Central Dispatch Report. Mr. Higgs.
Good morning. I'll start off with our numbers first. So far, since up to the 15th of February, we've received 1,072 911 calls, and we've may receive 1,190 non-emergency calls. We've got 4,400 police, 300 fire, and 600 EMS calls for a total of 5,345 calls for service, February 1 to February 15. Last week on Wednesday, the policy board met. There was some discussion about updating policies and procedures. Those were emailed out to the policy board members for their review. We'll get a committee together to review those. And then finally, I have a lease agreement with Thomas Shelby that I would like to get approved for our dispatch chairs. They're heavy-duty 24x7 chairs. The lease includes parts of service at their cost. If we can't fix it, they will send somebody to do it. I would like to do the 3-year plan for $5,195.52 a year to be paid out of my contractual.
How does this rate compare to the previous?
It's went up a little bit, but it's been 3 years since we've signed an agreement. And Thomas Shelby is the premier chair provider in the industry.
And you have the funds to support it. And has the lease been reviewed? Mr. Hartford?
Is this just 6 chairs?
6 chairs. And they come every spring and exchange them out. So we get 6 new chairs every year for 3 years. Plus whatever maintenance that is required in the meeting.
Do you have much maintenance on them?
Not very often, no. Once in a while we'll get a shock go bad or an armchair get tore on, bump up against a desk or something. But they're very high quality, heavy duty chairs.
As I say, these are, I'm assuming they're the Rolls Royce of chairs.
Yes. And like I said, Thomas Shelby, they're the premier chair provider in the industry.
Are there any other questions or comments?
I think so.
I'm ready for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Foley, a second from Commissioner Stewart to approve the equipment lease regarding the chairs. The yearly amount is the $5,195.52. Are there any other questions or comments from the members? And all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Is it okay for me to sign?
What's that?
Is it okay for me to sign the lease?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 9, IT report. Mr. Elliott?
Yep, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Just to give you an update, Forte was out last week and they finally finished installing the Zoom room systems in all the courtrooms. So that project's all good and done. And everybody seems to be liking their new systems and everything's working good there. I only brought one item with me today. I wasn't able to give it to you in your packets. Our David Rapp, our copier rep, he sent me a letter agreement for a machine that they've been storing for us. It was an older machine that was picked up and it was changed out with a newer copier. And basically they're just wanting us to acknowledge that they have it, and it looks like we're still in a lease on that device until July 15th, 2026. So we would still continue making payments on that. However, the
So, you want me to turn the TV on?
oops. There we go. Yeah, so they're just wanting to make sure, but they also said that they're taking the device, making sure it's off the maintenance list, so that'll take off any payments that we have, and then at the end, after the lease, they would also dispose of the equipment for us, so we wouldn't have to worry about that as well. So I would just like to give this to you gentlemen for review and for Mr. Hartford to double check and make sure it's okay.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, and that's all I got. I mean, I don't know if you gentlemen have any other questions for me. Yeah, I think that's just it. It's just a copy.
I don't have any, gentlemen.
Not this time.
So summarize it's a copier that we sent back to get worked on.
No, it's just one that they picked up because it was an older machine, and they just took it, so we didn't have to dispose of it.
Okay.
So I assume it's probably one they just missed the signature for it, so they just need to get it. So,
Okay. Thank you.
yep, no problem. Thanks again, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 10, the Highway Department. Mr. White is here.
Good morning.
Morning.
First thing I was gonna bring up from the last meeting, we did review the fuel bids for 2026. We'd like to recommend that we use Dawson and Keystone Cooperative for our fuel for 2026 as presented. And you want me to go ahead and do the Stone while I'm doing that?
Go ahead, is there a motion to accept Dawson and Keystone as the bids regarding the fuel?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from Commissioner Poling to accept Dawson and Keystone for the fuel bid. Are there any other questions or comments?
No, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
The next thing I was gonna bring up is Stone. We'd like to recommend IMI. And then I'd also like to open up Rock Creek. Theirs was misplaced and it was set in by the deadline of January 20th. It was stamped but it was misplaced in the auditor's office. So I'd like to open that today if that's all right. So,
That's for, Rock Creek is for what?
stone and gravel. They're way up by Bluffton, but sometimes it's cheaper to drive up there. So what I'd like to do is accept both bids as presented, and just depending on where the location we're doing our work and everything and the quality, the stone that we're using, we'll just haul back from there if it's cheaper, so. I'd like to accept both bids if I could, Rock Creek and IMI locations for 2026.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion. We use IMI and Rock Creek for stone as Mr. White has presented.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from Commissioner Poling to accept the bids from IMI as well as Rock Creek for the stone. Are there any other questions or comments for the members? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Next thing I was going to do is open up the community crossing grant bid projects for 2026. These are two different bridges that we were totally replaced. One is on 1100 South, bridge number 138, and the other one is bridge 102 that's on 800 South, just south of the stone quarry. First company that I'm going to go ahead and open is Duncan Robertson. And after I open these all up, United's going to help me do calculations, and we'll come back at the end of the meeting if that's all right for the lowest bid, because I have to have all this submitted to the state before March 1st to make sure we get our money. So I want to make sure that we got this all correct. And these were bidded out as one project. They were supposed to bid. So the total for the two bridges, the first one here with Duncan Robertson, $1,395,880.44. The next,
that's both bridges?
yes, yep. The next company would be Milestone Contractors.
All the bids for both bridges, right?
Yep, both of them together. They bid them separate, but they're bid as one project, so. Their total, $1,346,233.62. The next company, HIS Contractors. Their total for the two bridges, $1,776,173. And the last one is from I believe it's Hoosier Pride, but I want to make sure. Yes, Hoosier Pride Excavating. The total for these two projects, $1,362,000. Can you read that? That there.
Yeah, $1,362,149.30.
So, like I said, we would like to take these, review them. At the end of the meeting, we'll come back with our recommendation, and then I'll have a paperwork for you gentlemen to sign to get that approved. So, and we'll get that paperwork sent in. The other thing I wanted to bring up is we received our new distributor truck for our chip sale program last week. And the old one that we currently don't use, I'd like to try to sell that on something like governmentdeals.com or something that goes over the internet. I just wanted to make sure that was all right with you gentlemen, if we sold that online, so.
Mr. Harper, do you have any problem with that,
The
or?
value of it.
I would say anywhere between 25 and 50,000 is what I'm hoping for.
That's what now?
It's a used distributor truck that sprays oil for our chip sale program.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you email me like
And, yep, I can do that. And then after this meeting today, we're supposed to meet with United and start on our bridge inspection draft report. So hopefully here in the next meeting or two, we'll update you on all of the bridges throughout the county on the report on it for our first round of inspection that was done last September and October. So we'll get that to you. Something else I was going to bring up is, did you get to review the Biolytic contract that I believe I gave to you because Mr. Harper is gone on the road conditions?
I don't recall that.
I don't recall that either.
I'll get Mr. Harper. Yeah, no, I met him. Sorry. I'll get you a copy of it, and so you can read it. It's basically doing road inspection on our roads that we have to have for the state. So I'll give you a copy of that so you can review it.
yeah, email me, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. And then we do have set up for asphalt bids and liquid asphalt March 2nd meeting. And just one other update, we're supposed to meet with BF&S tomorrow morning on the bridge in Fairmount. So review it and see what we can go from there. So that's all I have unless you gentlemen have anything. Like I said, we'll get this started and then we'll bring you the paperwork out on who we recommend. So.
If you need to use our conference room, it's available.
Okay, all right, thank you.
We'll move on to item number 13, Community Corrections 2025 Annual Report. You should have received that in your packet.
Good morning.
Again, good morning.
So this is the last step in the calendar year 2025 closeout of our grant, which is an annual report. It's required by the state and for your approval. It summarizes funding, caseloads, numbers served for the Community Corrections Grant for calendar year 2025. I've also included some specific data on court filings and individuals committed to the Department of Corrections and the services provided. There's also an organizational chart. The organizational chart and that report are required by the state, but I always like to add the other information so you guys get a chance to see not only the clients that we serve, but also the people that are coming through our criminal justice system and how that has changed over the years who's been served. So happy to answer any of your questions that you might have. We will do a final report for the advisory board on the 17th. And I usually put together a PowerPoint slide that covers all of that. And I'll forward that to you, or Chuck obviously can share it. He's your representative on the board, but I'll make sure you all get a copy of it so you can see. Rough projections that I have based upon what we've done. I always like to show that to the Department of Corrections specifically. So if you look at the number of people that we have served during the period of this last year, and if those people were looked at as serving time at DOC, we took that, multiplied that number by the cost per day at DOC, and you'll see our estimated savings to the state are $5,114,438. And that will be a part of the PowerPoint that I provide to you. But I'll answer any questions you have. I know you guys have a busy day ahead of you, so I won't keep you unless you have questions.
Are there any questions? Not this time. Thank you.
All right. And I just need that a motion for approval and second. So, thank you.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from Commissioner Polling to approve the report, the grant-funded community corrections CRRP reentry court jail treatment report. Are there any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to the Health Department report.
Just wanted to update you that the health board met in executive session Wednesday, the 11th, just to organize and try to move forward with a new health officer.
Thank you. I believe. We'll move on to old business. First item under old business is item A, Salem 911 floor installation quotes. So we did table this at the last meeting. I think we should just leave it tabled for a couple reasons. One being on the Kyle's MAB, is that for a single floor or 2 floors?
Single floor. Per floor. Each price there is per floor.
Well, I mean, if you look on some of the contracts, you know, all areas 8,000 square feet on the RL.
Dillingham's mentions first and second floor for his price.
So I think we need to be clear on the Kyle's if that's a single floor.
Right. So that's over the single floor on that.
The other thing,
1,064 square feet, so
I think that'd be 2 floors.
I would think so.
The other thing too, I want to mention, when it comes to public works projects, I know Mr. Ormsby, I think we need to meet today potentially to talk about, you know, the dollar amount, the threshold that our own maintenance team could do as far as building. I know that threshold's the $375,000.
Correct.
And so we need to discuss to make sure that, you know, we've spent quite a bit of money already on things, most of it being maintenance. I want to make sure that we are following that Public Works process, right? No, we've talked about that. The other thing too, I want you gentlemen to be thinking about is if we put the flooring in, should we go ahead and get the occupancy of the building prior before we put the flooring in? That way, if there's needs to make any changes,
Yeah, probably so.
you know what I'm saying? Like get certificate of occupancy before we put the flooring. So those two reasons, I just like to leave it tabled.
Okay.
I don't think we need a motion for that because we're not gonna bring it out, but we'll move on to new business, item number 15. Under new business, the first item A, county contract approval ordinance. Mr. Harper?
Thank you, Mr. President. Prepared an ordinance, commissioners to approve that formalizes the process of approving contracts for both county offices and also department heads. We're going to have one process that everyone's going to follow. It all complies with Indiana law. So, and it allows for the agreements, contracts to be uploaded into Gateway. So, I believe this ordinance puts us in a good position to comply with the Indiana code and also help the process for the departments, directly under the commissioners.
Do we have an ordinance number 33? Mr. Ormsby, you have anything else you'd like to add?
The ordinance that is being proposed for adopting is pursuant to the Indiana code and is a result of some high-profile cases around the state in other counties in which there was out-of-control spending, some fraud, of which the county commissioners were not aware. And so the State House adopted this code and now requires this process to be in place. It should be noted that if the process is not followed, contracts are voidable by the county if they are not approved by the county commissioner. So it will be important for all the county officers and the department heads to be aware of the ordinance and to follow it with the submission to the auditor, et cetera, that is provided for in the ordinance.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the members? Are there any questions?
No, sir.
I'd entertain a motion.
What was the ordinance number again?
3.
I'll make a motion. We approve ordinance number 3-2026.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from Commissioner Polling to approve ordinance 3-2026, an ordinance authorizing county officers, department heads, and county employees to take action on county contracts in accordance with Indiana Code 36-2-2.9 and establishing procedures for contract review and approval. Are there any other questions from the members? Public input? Is there anybody from the public that would like to speak on this ordinance? You can come to the podium and state your name and address. I see anybody. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. President, since that has passed, what I will do is work with Ms. Winters in order to provide some guidance to the different department heads and county offices so that they can, so they understand how this ordinance is to work.
Thank you. We'll move on to item B, other new business, Malcon, Indiana, Grant County EMS, Medicaid reimbursement plan contract.
I believe that's just a renewal of our contract with Melcon. They evaluate our cost per run and then get reimbursement from Medicaid for underpayment for a year. And they keep a percentage of it. I'm not sure if I remember what that percentage is. It's probably in the contract.
Do you know if it changed?
I don't think it changed. It was sent to Beth. I know he dealt directly with her. They've been doing it. That was an Obama administration initiative. I'm not sure what year it was. Medicaid and Medicaid companies were grossly underpaying, and they were ordered to pay government-owned ambulances at least their cost. And so the ones who do pay our costs now are estimating for that year, and Melcon finds the differences, and then the ones that aren't paying our costs have to reimburse you in a lump sum.
Mr. Harper, do you have any questions or comments?
No.
I don't see a percentage in it.
Fees and
On page
expenses.
3, there's
Section 9.
fees. I just found it. There's fees and expenses.
50% the first 19,000. And their fees are capped at 9,500. Anything above the 19,000, the county gets 100%.
Have you had a chance to review this entire contract, Mr. Harker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Polling, a second from Commissioner Stewart to approve the Malcon, Indiana contract as presented, dated February the 6th, 2026. Are there any other questions from the members?
No, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. We'll move on to item C, the Condor agreement. Recorder Kathy Foy. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We did a project last year of our old mortgage deed and miscellaneous books from 1900 to 1950. So now they're all digitized, they're cleaned up and ready to be indexed. Me and my girls are gonna do the mortgage books, and Condor is a company that we hired that's gonna index the deed and miscellaneous. So this is just an agreement for them, and they forgot to put, the one I think I sent you, Marty, was for the deeds, and I have another one because they forgot to add the miscellaneous books. So I have one for miscellaneous and one for deeds. It's exactly the same, just for miscellaneous.
You used them before, Kathy?
Yes,
There's an estimated cost, $172,000.
probably.
And then this one is 74.
There's not as many miscellaneous books. Not as many miscellaneous books. And whatever they do in a month's time, I get invoice. So I pay them every month for whatever they get done.
This is the miscellaneous one.
I don't see any issues with it, as long as Mr. Harper's okay with it. I mean, the county reserves the right to terminate at any time for any reason at all, given a 10-day notice, written notice, so.
Thank you. Since you're ready for a motion.
I'm ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve Condor Indexing Services as presented by Mrs. Boyd.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from Commissioner Polling to approve the two contracts with Condor agreement regarding the indexing. Are there any other questions or comments from the members? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item D, Grant County and Gas City MOU with the Sheriff's Department work crew.
In your folders, you'll find the agreement to provide the work crew to Gas City, Indiana. It's very similar to the same contract for the previous year. The amount has changed and the dates. Everything else is the same from before.
Excuse me.
And we believe the amounts to be correct. Mr. Harker, have you reviewed this
I have.
specifically?
Everything's good.
If there's no other questions or comments, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Poling, a second from Commissioner Stewart to approve the agreement to provide the inmate work crew between the City of Gas City and Grant County. Are there any other questions from the members? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do you want to take a 5-minute recess?
I'm sorry.
Can we take a 5-minute recess?
Yeah.
Take a 5-minute recess to wait on the highway department. And we're back to item number 18, the highway department with the bids for the bridges.
Okay, we did our analysis on everything and we recommend that we use Milestone Contractors for the 2 bridge projects. Their total was $1,346,233.62. And this is for 2 bridge projects that will be matched with community crossing grant money. So.
Are there any questions or comments from the members? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the contract with Milestone.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Poling, a second from Commissioner Stewart to approve the contract with Milestone regarding the bridge project.
And just on one,
Do we need to do that pending attorney approval or
Yeah, you can go ahead and accept the bid.
accept the bid pending attorney approval with Milestone?
Did they send an agreement with it? Did you just
the Form 96 form that the state uses. There's the rest of it.
Maybe the only one that needs to sign that.
This is the first page. I didn't see it.
That's not an actual contract. They'll submit us something after.
I believe what we usually do is after we get done, then we award it to them.
Yeah.
That they were the lowest bidder, so.
Yeah. That's correct. similar to them. I believe you guys should provide a contract at that point.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve milestone bid for the two big bridge projects. Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Just
Mr.
a
White?
little information for you too. We did give them a deadline. That was the only addendum that we had on the project was they have to be both completed by August 1st of 2027. All the contractors we found this year have already got pretty well booked up, and most of them weren't even going to give us a bid because they knew they couldn't get it completed this year. So hopefully it'll be completed by August of 2027. Maybe some will be done during when school's out, so kind of help on the school bus situation. So just thought I'd give you that information.
I appreciate all your work.
Thank
No problem.
Thank you. I believe we're ready for public comment. If you wish to address the body publicly, come to the podium and state your name and address for the record. And I'll allow 2 minutes per person.
How you doing today? Phil Creech, Ironwood Drive in Marion. I just had a question. One of them was answered with the completion date on the bridges, but is there a grace period penalty imposed for that contractor if they exceed past a certain point of that completion date? Yes.
He's shaking his
I
head,
just wanted to make sure that was in there. And the other thing I wanted to say was, at one of the last meetings, you guys had put up about the exit 255 feasibility study for out off of the interstate out there. I just encourage everybody to read that. Actually, it's very well written. There's just a couple points in there that that I'm sure will be smoothed out over time. But those listening sessions are coming up, and I just encourage everybody to come out, give their opinion, and maybe just, it's an easy read, but look through that feasibility study. If you actually Google exit 255, Grant County survey, it comes right up. So everybody have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Do you have the dates? Oh, I have them.
No, I think the first one's like March 3rd, and then they're all done in like 2 weeks, I think.
Are there any other public comments? Our next regular meeting will be Monday, March the 2nd at 10 a.m. And we do have an opioid meeting today following this meeting at noon. Yeah.
I was trying to mute myself for the public comment.
Yeah, Chris.
South First Street, Upland, Indiana. And I thank that other member of the public for the plug. The dates are March 2nd in Gas City. 6 p.m. is when it opens up. That's the first event, and I'll chat the other ones to everybody, but it should be going around social media as well.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Anything else for the good of the word?
I actually have all the dates right
Okay.
here, if you want me to tell you what they are. Okay. It was in the
I didn't bring any
April,
information down with me.
public invited. March 2nd, they made this, is it Gas City at Performing Arts Center. Thursday, March 5th in Fowlerton at the Lions Club between 6 and 7:30. The one at the Performing Arts was at 6 to 7:32. March 7th from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Upland Park Community Building. And on March 9th in Matthews from 6 to 7 at night at the Lions Club there in Matthews. And then on March 12th from 6 to 7:30 in Fairmount at the Shelter House in Fairmount. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for the good of the order? We'll be in recess.